My name is Federico Sanchez, and this is my digital storytelling assignment. This activity bridges technology with cultural exploration, fostering engagement in art. This project elevates learning to redefinition level by offering a transformative medium in VR graffiti creation. Combines technology, VR, Slack, and pedagogy of collaborative learning and the content of cultural expression via graffiti. So students will be exploring cultural identity through virtual graffiti. The target audience will be college level art students or individual interested in digital storytelling, cultural aesthetics, or art technology. Introduction: students will use VR technology to create a graffiti artwork that represents their cultural aesthetic. The purpose is to explore and express cultural symbols, design principles, emotion, or abstract concepts through innovative medium. Objective: develop critical thinking, collaboration, and artistic skills while using cutting-edge VR tools to produce cultural enriched graffiti art. So it will look like this. You'll be introduced to the tools in the environment, provide an overview of the tools of Slack, MetaQuest, and VR, and palettes and caps for textures and tools for saving work. Demonstrate how the VR students can experiment with control textures. And then you can click on this video right here. We'll take you there. And then you can see how it looks. There's a palette. So you get a look at the environment. Oops, how'd I go back? There we go. So the groups will be divided into small groups, 2 to 4 members. Each group will collaboratively create an artwork to represent a unique cultural aesthetic by integrating symbols, emotion, and design principles. And then there will be cultural themes. The students will brainstorm together and they'll find their symbols resonating with their identities or artistic aspirations. And I want to emphasize exploring ideas beyond the nature of reality to challenge the creative boundaries. And what I mean by that is normal symbols or philosophies or how you feel about something that doesn't live inside a box of an institution. So you can think outside the box and put it in your art. And then 4 will be a collaborative design. So you begin by sketching initial designs using basic shapes, light source and value studies, either in a sketchbook or digitally in the VR. And then collaboratively, you redefine the design, but ensuring each group member role is essential to the creative process. So as you go along, you guys must decide what role you guys will be taking on as far as like where you guys are actually painting on and which area and the symbols that you place it on the wall. And then 5th, the final creation, you use the VR platform to finalize the graffiti art collaboratively and putting the finishing touches, applying basic design principles. Example, repetition, texture, and balance. And then last will be a critique and reflection. Upload completed works to the shared platform, Slack app, or the VR gallery space for peer critique. And reflect on cultural symbols, emotions, designs, and that have contributed to the final work. So you'll write your critiques in the Slack channel. And then we have resources for students, medias and tools. There'll be platforms, the MetaQuest VR, collaboration apps, Slack for critique and communication. And there'll be templates for design principles and emotional expression, handouts. And then we have the art examples for inspiration, such as graffiti artists from around the world. And we can click on that. And then we can see there's a list of cities. Got Milwaukee, Montreal, Moscow, Hong Kong. So there's a large list. So you can go through here and get some ideas of where how different their art and what they offer from their culture. There'll be guides on value shading, manipulators, and drawing shapes. And then here's a storyboard. So of course you make space for the virtual wall. Give yourself some space. Here's the tools. Slack apps, spray caps, different ways to paint, different sizes of the caps, the phone to save your work, of course a VR headset, and then a YouTube link to upload your stuff. And then the group formation will be obviously 2 to 4 members, and then you brainstorm your cultural aesthetics, symbols, emotion, design, and idea. And then once that is done, you guys will come together, brainstorm your identity, reflect, and think outside the box and what applies to you as an individual and what symbolizes your identity. And it doesn't have to reflect this institution, it can reflect your surroundings. And then, of course, once you're done with that, you guys will do a collaborative design. You guys will sketch the design, collaboratively refine the design as you guys take on each role. And then the final artwork creation. You do the finishing touches, and of course, you think about basic design principles to finish the artwork off. And then critique and reflection. Artwork, upload to Slack app for critique, and then reflect on the cultural symbols, emotion, designs on the final work. So you write it out on the channel where you're doing your critique. We have resources for the Slack, the MetaQuest, graffiti artists from all over the world, and then of course a YouTube link of in-game. And here's a list of design principles. So there's contrast, repetition, balance, emphasis, movement, proportion, rhythm, unity, white space, alignment, hierarchy, variety, etc. So look through these, and this will definitely help you in forming your artwork. Okay. Thank you.